All right, all or nothing. That is Sabrina Fallah, and we have her online right now on the telephone. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me today.
Great. Yeah, just checking out some of your music on YouTube. All or nothing. That's when you think about it, that's kind of that's the way you have to approach the music business. I think you would agree.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all or nothing, definitely.
Okay. Well, you have a new release. Let's tell everyone about that real quick. Um, and when did was this an EP that you just have come out with?
Oh, all or nothing you're talking about?
Well, no, this is just one that I was just listening to just because I like it. But
So which
your
song are
newest
you
one,
talking about?
All or Nothing. it's a,
Oh, my.
it, yeah, I'm trying to see. Hey, this one's got you got a lot of views up there in Ontario, Canada.
Oh,
Um,
yes, I do. On
yeah.
YouTube, yeah, I try to post as many.
Well, I was gonna call you a rocker chick, but you know what? I think I'll just call you a rocker chick instead of a pop chick. How about that? Yeah, your numbers are looking very well on here.
Well, I've been posting on YouTube for a very long time, and
Well,
yeah, I'm just
telling you to
posting to
tell it.
get the exposure, but yeah.
Yeah, well, and you told us earlier today before we had some technical issues that you link from one from your iTunes to your Twitter, from your Twitter to your you link
Amazon,
network,
yeah,
and you know what a great
yeah.
idea. That's a way to take care of that. But
Oh yes, of course, yes.
um, now I know in the people listening to the interview, they may get confused, but you and I know exactly what's going on. um, but that's half the fun of it most of the time.
That
But
is awesome. Yeah,
yeah, but now you have done some playing elsewhere, and uh, that would be in Nashville. And I
I
won't
have
even have to
performed
ask
in
about
Nashville.
Johnny Cash this time. But yeah, you have some good people uh, that you surrounded yourself with there, and I do believe you told me you had recorded in England with some guys that messed around with who was it, Led Zeppelin, and
Stewart
uh,
Epps, yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
um,
I've been, I would say, lucky, or, like, all these opportunities came in front of me. Like, I didn't really go look for any of these people. I just got the opportunity to work with all of these producers that happen to be big in the industry, and I feel so. I just love that I even got to work with them because they work with so many bigger artists. So just being in their studio and being in front of them is like, am I really in the studio where so and so was? And like in Nashville, I sang in the booth where Dolly Parton would be
yeah,
singing.
and
So it's like, and then Kent is like, just so you know, Dolly Parton was there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm stepping right on where she stepped. Like,
yeah, and
like,
I've met her a couple of times. She's just
oh,
as
oh,
she really is very nice.
she looks really down to earth.
Yeah,
Because I asked
absolutely.
Kent when I met him, is Dolly the same way on screen and off screen? He's like, oh yes, she's exactly what you see on TV, off
Yeah,
TV.
she's
Because some people aren't.
oh,
They're the total
believe me,
opposite.
I know some of those people.
But she, for some reason, I could tell that she was just so kind,
Well,
so
you
kind.
kind of get what you see, and you see what you get, and that makes it easier all the way around.
Right.
But anyway, what is in the immediate future as far as I know probably some recordings going on now or some writing?
Well, I am in the writing process, so but I'm nowhere near stepping into the studio and getting it recorded. But I
Okay.
am, but I've been told by my label, please start writing, please start thinking. And I'm always writing, I'm always thinking of what to put out next. And sometimes I say, can we do something that I wrote 5 years ago because it's just sitting there? Or sometimes I say, can we do something present? So it depends if I feel it's the right time for that song.
Right.
Because
Well, I
so,
mean,
because every song has a time. For
sure,
some reason, it
sure.
does.
But
Yeah.
I
So.
mean, just from experience, let's take Greg Allman. I
Mhm.
know for a fact one of his songs he had probably 6, 7 years, but there was one little part that he just did not have, and he got from one of his roadies one night because the roadie was tired of hearing him repeat the same thing over and over and over for
Oh,
five,
right.
and something was said and the song came together and voila, so
Voila. Yeah.
that was the time for that song because
Right.
uh, this song happened to be Midnight Rider, and Greg just could not get a certain part of the song in there, and
Oh,
it would
okay.
not be the same song unless this roadie had said what he said,
Right.
and
Exactly.
it was
Yeah.
basically because he was pissed at hearing Greg talk about it so much.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
its time was finally due. But
Yeah.
anyway, we've got some more conversation coming up. But let me ask you this: if you had one of your songs
Mhm.
right here that we could play right now, what do you think somebody would like to hear from you?
I think they would like to hear my song "Hurt." It's a slower song, but it's like a ballad.
Okay,
And would you like me to explain it at least? Talk about it a bit.
absolutely, that would be great.
Okay, so "Hurt" is one of the songs I co-wrote in Nashville with Bill DiLuigi,
Uh huh.
and "Hurt" is actually a song that I brought to him. I told him I went through something. I actually, when I wrote that song, it was like 4 or 5 months after I left the person that was making me hurt. So
Wow.
I had a best friend, and she and I were very close. But it just so happened that we had a bit of a. I was not feeling the support anymore, and I walked away. And then 5 months later, I'm writing this song. So it's basically about someone who is only the person only cares about themselves and nothing else. And when you're in that type of friendship, it doesn't work. You have to be fair on both ends, help each other on both ends, support each other on both ends. And I was supporting her and everything, and I didn't feel she was giving back the support that I wanted. And
And
it
probably
just,
needed. Yeah.
and this
And
song can go in many ways. It can even go in like in a relationship. Why don't you like support me in this relationship? Like basically, it's just about if you're in that kind of situation, it's okay to walk away. And just so you know, since I walked away from that relationship, I I have actually gone further in my career because I'm not dealing with that stress and frustration because I didn't know what was going on.
absolutely.
But I don't mind talking about this because everybody I'm sure has gone through something similar, and that's why I wrote it
Well,
to say
that's what music is supposed to do.
yeah. And I'm not trying to be like a mean person in this song. I'm just trying to tell her that it hurt, and I really didn't want to walk, but I had to because I couldn't be next to her pretending to be okay like I've been doing all my life. I should have left her
Right.
way ago. But now that I'm out of high school and I'm older now, a couple of years ago I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go. I don't have to have friends because I'm in high school and be alone and deal with all the popularity and
Right.
stress, all that. I'm older now. I can stand on my own 2 feet. If I have no friends, I mean, if I don't have friends who want to support me in what I do or me in my own life, why should I be friends with them?
Well, I've heard someone put it that if someone is
Hmm.
not enhancing your life,
Right.
sometimes it's easier to cut them out of your life.
And you know what's really sad is that we were very good friends, like since grade 6, right?
Yeah,
So like after high school, having to leave her, it's like actually after college, not after high school, after college, it's really hard when you were so close. But maybe God was trying to tell me, Sabrina, you have to walk away because something better is gonna come. I don't know. Um, a
yeah.
lot of my life has changed a lot, and I
Well,
feel happier now. And you know what? I made even new friends after that. So
well,
good things came.
sometimes
Sometimes you
we
walk
just have to
away from
wait.
people, and you make new
Yeah.
friends.
Sometimes we just have to wait and see what happens. And in
And
this case, it helped with your music.
yeah, and I'm just glad it was only one friend I had to walk away from
There
because
you go.
I rather people walk away from me than I walk away from them. Walking away from someone so close,
Oh, it's
it's very
hard.
hard.
Very hard.
It's hard. But I'm not saying if I ever meet her, I'm gonna ignore her. Maybe things will be better if I see her one day and say hi. But it will
Absolutely.
never be the same friendship like it was before.
Sabrina Fallah, this is Hurt on No Rules Internet Radio.
Sitting on this floor tonight, above the broken boulevard, teardrops falling, midnight calling, holding tight to this guitar. Can't stop thinking about all the things you did to me, trying to find a melody that doesn't sound like misery. Hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. When I needed someone, you were never there. You had to star in your own show. You didn't care about what I wanted, but I'm finally letting go of the hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. Since the day I said goodbye, I'm better off without you. Sometimes the truth can hurt, hurt, hurt. The pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt.
You talking about recording? Let me bring something up.
Okay, Sure.
There's a little place in the corner of northwest Alabama called Muscle Shoals. And if you know anything about Muscle Shoals, you know that pretty much anybody that has ever wanted to record an album, from the Rolling Stones to,
Mm.
uh, you know, Wilson Pickett to Aretha Franklin to
Mhm.
the Rolling Stones to the Allman Brothers, for some reason they find themselves venturing to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and man, the stuff that has been recorded there is just amazing. Um, and and I'm a big fan of live music and believe in
Mhm.
supporting local venues and all. And this may sound like a dumb question, but then again, there's really no dumb questions. But what what is your way of doing your recording? Being a writer, as we were talking earlier, you know, you like to have your guitar and your paper and your pencil, pen,
Mhm.
and ever how it comes out is how you write it down.
Right.
What happens when you get ready to record it?
I go into the studio. first I have to first I have to find the producer or the right producer for the song, because
Right.
they have to know it. Like, I like to go. I've been with producers which have liked what I've done and which actually allowed me to have creativity and be involved in the process. So they've been so open. So I normally go in. I tell them, mostly most of the producers I have worked with have said, please tell me the style you would like to show us some bands that have influenced you so we can hear the style,
Yeah.
and tell us the groove or the feel that you want in the guitar. So I would say if I want for a song, for example, I want to sound like old Green Day, old school, more distortion. I don't want it clean sounding. I want it, dirty sounding. Some cool, banging.
Yeah, kind of like analog
Like,
Led Zeppelin
yeah,
or something.
like I would just show them, or I would just stay fun, upbeat. But I've never had problems in the studio. I've always liked what has come out in the end. So I've never had the problem to overly explain everything. As soon as I put it in front of them and say, I want this, I want that, they know it.
Well,
And that's how it should be in the studio.
yeah, that's what you call a good collaboration.
The producer and engineer should already know what I'm looking for just by me talking.
Yeah, like me checking
And
you
by
out
the
on
bands
the
I
web,
like.
you
Yeah.
know, calling you the rock chick, it's,
Yeah.
I almost feel like I could go in and probably do a half decent job producing one of your songs.
Cool.
I would hope, but um, now, have you done all of your recording in Canada, or have you made it to England or the States, or?
Well, I did a song in Toronto with Chris Burkett, the Frontline.
Okay.
I did my EP Kiss is a Killer in Nashville with Kent Wells, Dolly Parton's producer and bandmate.
He does a good job. He
Yes,
does a very good job.
and if you heard Paradise Comes with the Price and Hurt, he is the one playing the acoustic guitar.
Oh, okay.
The other songs with the band, he's not playing the guitar, but he's playing acoustically.
Now,
Very well done. Very well done.
When you say Hurt, are you talking about the Johnny Cash version?
No, it's actually my song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the second time somebody thought my song "Hurt" was a cover.
Well,
This is.
Hey, that's my mistake. I heard Nashville.
No.
Hurt,
It's fine. It's just at least it gets you thinking of somebody. It's fine. It's just that it's interesting. And then my first EP, Sabrina Fallah, I got it to record. I recorded it in England with Stuart Epps.
Okay.
Elton John's, Led Zeppelin's, Twisted Sisters producer.
Yeah, he's been around the block with some of the
Oh,
old school rock.
and he was very, all the producers I have worked with treated me very well, were very open. They weren't trying to change me or change anything. They wanted to make everything sound amazing.
And they probably smoked a lot of cigarettes and drank a lot of coffee.
Actually, no. Actually, in England, as soon as I said coffee, they said tea.
yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. I must have been thinking about France.
And in Nashville, because I couldn't have like pizza and stuff or ice cream during my recording, the last day of my take, Kent gave me a box of pizza and said we had leftover, take it. I'm like, really? Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the first time I tried pizza in Nashville. It's totally different than in Canada.
Oh, I can imagine, just like it's
but
different.
It was good. But like I'm like, wow, like I just got free pizza.
Yeah, well, ironically, I used to manage a pizza shop, and I got so tired of pizza that, I was making shrimp pizza, and
That's why I don't want to ever work in a pizza store because I love pizza so much. Even my dad told me if you work in a pizza place, you're never gonna have pizza. It's gonna be too much. Too much around.
I tend to agree with your father on that one. I do eat a little bit of it now and then, but I had my feel on it back in the day. But well, let's see. These years just seem to keep rolling by faster and faster. But what do you see on the horizon for 2020? For you got that headlining tour set up?
Oh, I wish. I hope. Right now, hopefully, an EP or a record coming out.
Okay.
I hope by next year. I definitely want some new music out. Definitely. Maybe you guys get to hear me more on FM radio. I get more of the airplay. I love being interviewed, so I hope to have more of that happening. Honestly, I don't know. Even I don't know what's going to happen. I hope I hope I get busier. I love being busy. I love traveling. I love performing. Hopefully, a small tour in Canada or maybe a radio tour. I meant to say a college radio tour or a major radio tour. These are all things I would love, but I don't know what's going to happen by next year. It might even happen earlier. I don't know what God has planned for me, So I just have to go day by day, and there's so much going on that I'm praying for everything to happen for me. So
Absolutely.
It's just pretty much what comes, and
yeah.
I see a lot of things going to happen, but I can't say when because it's not arranged.
Right.
Normally, when things happen, it happens fast.
Well, it happens for a reason, and it seems to
but
happen
I will
at the proper
definitely
time.
have shows, and definitely hope by next year I will have some new songs. But like I said, I don't have it set, so I don't want to say something and then it doesn't happen, and then I said it. So I don't want to lead people or lie or say anything.
Right.
But I can say I am writing new songs. So it is in the process, but nowhere near the studio aspect of recording to release a song yet.
Right.
But I am working on stuff in the background. So
well, one thing I can say for sure is when the hard work has been put in, normally there is a payoff. And in your case, the music that I have heard from you, uh, I would say sooner rather than later, you're going to get your payoff.
Thank you.
And
That actually means a lot.
well, I mean, I
I
hear a
hope
lot of music, and
things take time, but I always know at some point something's going to happen at the right time. There's always a time for everything in your
yeah.
life. And
Well,
I believe in God and I pray, and I always know if I'm patient and I wait, God has answered my prayers in different ways that I'm still trying to figure out how He answered it. But I
well,
always know things will happen, but you just have to keep going. Keep
amen.
going.
And
And that's why you
it's going
should
to
never
be
give up or say don't be like I'm very negative towards myself because I've been through a lot and trying to make it. So now I'm like I'm finally with a label that believes in me. Now I should be positive and
absolutely.
really push through it now. I
Yeah,
shouldn't step back anymore and be scared. I should push because
there you go.
this business,
It's your
doing
time.
everything alone,
Yeah.
just
Well,
me and my guitar alone. I did this all by myself. It is not easy. Normally people have a band helping them. I did it all by myself. It is tough, but you know what? I'm so driven and passionate about music and being in this business that nothing stopped me.
well,
I'm just going through them.
props for that because, as I told you, it is a tough business. I mean, I've seen. Well, I'd mentioned to you earlier, one of the best guitar players that I have ever heard
Mhm.
lives, less than 100 yards from where I'm sitting right now. But
Mhm.
for certain reasons, he chose to get out of the business and go to teaching school. And for him, I think that was probably the right thing to do. Although he still plays the music, and he still books little shows here and there. But that's
So
what he
he's
wants to
still
do.
involved.
Oh,
He's still involved.
absolutely. And can draw a very good crowd anytime he wants to. And right now, that's what he wants to do. So, you know, uh, goals are goals, no matter how big or
It,
small they are.
exactly.
But well,
Exactly. Your goals don't have to be big. It's
no,
step by step, small. They always say make your goals small because you can't jump from here to there. There's always things in between you have
right?
to accomplish first. So every step you take in anything you want to do is good.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
helps.
Um, Sabrina, let's get this in now. Your material that you've released thus far. Of course, we've got some music we're going to be playing on No Rules Internet Radio. But people that want to buy some of your music now, which we encourage them to do, where do they need to go? Do you have a website? And then I'm assuming iTunes, CD
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, they can go to my website, sabrinafallah.com, and at the top is all of my social media like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah,
and my iTunes account is there. And I'm also on Spotify, Amazon, eMusic, Apple Music, Rhapsody. I'm on all of the digital stores online.
yeah.
So if they don't have iTunes, I have Apple. I should be on every digital store
Anywhere
online.
digital music is
It's
sold, we
all
can
across the
find
world.
Sabrina.
I should be
Yeah,
able. Everybody in the world should be able to access my music. If not, please contact me and I can help you. But I'm sure I haven't had that problem. So,
right.
but all you gotta do is put Sabrina Fallah in Google, and all of my social media sites have links to all of my social media sites. So if you go to my Twitter, you just go to on Twitter, I have a link to my iTunes. On Instagram, I have a link to my iTunes. All of my, even on YouTube, I have a link to my iTunes. Facebook, I have a link to my iTunes. So
Oh,
I,
you're also Miss
I
Sabrina
make it
Savvy
very
too.
easy.
Yeah.
I make
Well,
it very easy because I remember one person told me, you should put all of your sites on all of your sites. So if somebody just finds one of your sites, they can find your other sites.
Yeah, well,
You need to make it easy for people to find you, especially on social media, because not everybody's going to spend 5 hours looking through finding. And also, you should make sure your name is the same on all the social medias too, especially if you have a business.
Right. Well,
you want it to make it easy.
Yeah, we call that branding.
Exactly.
And you're right. Brand yourself
because
the proper
sometimes
way.
somebody has a name and then you can't find them on the other one, and they changed it. So it gets confusing. But I've always made sure everything matched.
Well, Sabrina, it sounds like you are on top of your game, and we support you, and we wish you the best in all you do.
Thank you.
And I just have a feeling God has a plan for you.
I'm sure He does, and I hope it stays good like it has been. So.
Well, I don't see of any reason why it shouldn't, but we'll talk back with you again soon, and
definitely
we'll see how the progress has progressed. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, hey, it's No Rules Internet Radio, and we've been talking with Sabrina Fallah. And how about some music? Now, on No Rules Internet Radio. Sabrina, thanks. We certainly did enjoy it.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thank you.